Well, hello, Peace Nation, and I'm back. And I can tell you this: I'm back on a more regular basis. So I'm gonna say it. I'm going to force myself into putting out videos more regular. I will say this: they may not all be about IAG Farms because that's not all I'm concerned with. That's going on in the world. A couple other things have piqued my interest, but today we will talk about IAG Farms. We will talk about why I haven't been here and what I have seen from other reaction channels watching them as far as IAG Farms is concerned. Something is going on with my eyes, so if you see my eyes acting kind of funny, I don't know. I need to go get them checked, number one. So, yeah. But I got off early today because the name of my channel is Living Peaceful by Design, and my peace was greatly disturbed at my job today with a lot of buffoonery that was going on. So the last time I lashed out, the general manager asked me, "What can we do for you when you're triggered?" So I said I may need to go home. Going home entails me losing points. We have a point system on my job. You can get up to 6, the 7 point, you're fired. I've never had a point before. And anytime you leave halfway in the day, lose a half a point. So today I was so stressed and so irritated. I just told my boss I got to go. My boss was one of the people who was really irritating me. So it was really good that I left. Okay. And we had that discussion. So yeah, I'm home early. So I said, well, let's do a video because part of the reason I haven't been doing them is because I've been so busy at work. And then coming home, I told you before, I think that my aunt had surgery. So I've been doing a lot helping her and everything. And life has been lifing for me, but I need to really get back to this. I want to thank all of my subscribers. Y'all have been very patient. I noticed that y'all have been watching some of my previous videos. New people have been watching my videos. I want to say thank you to people that have subscribed, and I haven't even put out a video in a month. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And anybody that's new here, if you have not subscribed, if you have not joined the Peace Nation, please do so. I will tell you this too. I don't even know if this channel is going to go through a name change. I'm looking for a way to change the name of the channel, but still being the peaceful person I am. I think that I might want to take that out of the title, but I'm not sure yet. If you have any suggestions, hit me up and leave it in the comments. But if you have not hit the like button, which means wiping your feet as you come in to say hello, do so. Leave a comment, please leave a comment. Share the video. You know, the more people that understand what's going on with this family, the better, because this is really not good. I haven't been doing videos on them because I've been watching other reaction channels and they've been doing a great job. When I tell you a great job of bringing up what's going on. But how much can we talk about how of a liar Tim is? We know Tim is a liar. Tim knows he's a liar. Tim doesn't believe what he's saying himself, and you know that by the looks on his face and the he does. But Tim knows he's lying. My concern, number one, is the treatment of these boys. Number two, Megan and how lost Megan has become in this man. So much so that she has put her relationship with God aside for this man, in which in turns trickles down to how she's allowing him to treat her sons. It's not good. And Tim is always saying, I was thinking about it. So Monday through Thursday you work, and then Friday through Sunday you don't, but you're a farmer. I'm in the South. I know farmers. So I had the conversation with a couple of them. How many days a week do you farm? Some of them laughed at me. They was like, what? Like every day? I'm like, you mean to tell me that you can't farm from Monday to Thursday and then do nothing on the weekend? They was like, yeah, if I want things to die, including my animals. I said, well, what about if you have children? Do you make your children do all the work? Most of them said the same thing. They raise their children on farms, yes. But they made sure their children got educations outside of the farm because they needed to know how to function in this world. And this is a farmer told me this. Their child needed to know how to function off of the farm. It's great that their child knows how to farm. They want this kind of lifestyle for their children. But this may not be the lifestyle their children want. And no, they don't work their children every morning because I told them to take a peek at IAG Farms. So yeah, I got you a view, Tim. I literally sent a gentleman over to watch your channel, and he watched 2 videos, and he actually looked me in my face and said, "I wanted to curse you out." The man said he wanted to curse me out. He said, "That's not a farmer." He said, "Who is this man?" I said, "Well, he said he was a preacher when he first started, and that this was God's mission that he feeds the world, and but he has only donated one time." He's like, he's not a farmer. He's like, he doesn't even take care of the animals. He's like his children. He said his little children are responsible for the care of these animals. He said, you know how dangerous that is? He said it is very dangerous because you don't know an animal's temperament at the moment. He said you may think an animal is gentle. Every day you see this animal, it comes up to you. He said, but just like people, an animal's temperament can change. He said, you know how dangerous it is for me to care for my animals? He said, I would never put that on my children. And I told him, I said, well, this man says that he does it from Monday through Thursday with his children. And then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, he rests. But he says that's not possible if you have animals. I said, no, his children do it every day. See the way I just looked? Yeah, I won't tell you the words that came out of this man's mouth. I actually wanted to interview him, and he was like, he would not do it. He was like, I don't want to be on YouTube. Yeah. But I wanted him to have this conversation. And he's like, this is crazy. He said, this man is slaving his children. I said, yeah, that's what we know. I said, and he's earning money on YouTube doing it. And his children have a hard time getting toys, activities, clothing, and they only eat when he eats. I said, and understand this, we are under the impression that this man, when he leaves the farm, stops at places and eats, but his children are out with him. So he's eating extra. Man ain't lost no weight. Like, yeah, this man was telling us he works out all the time and all he's doing is getting bigger. But he says this is wrong. He said there is no way, if he knew this person personally, that he wouldn't have a serious man-to-man conversation with him. But I told him, I said, well, this man keeps other men away from him. He has no friends. He's locked his gates because he doesn't want anybody on his property. He doesn't want his family interacting. I said they homeschool the children. I said, and most of the homeschooling is that they teach the stuff, the farm stuff. He said, that's not homeschooling. He said, you can only teach them but so much. He said, when are they going to learn how to function in the world? I said, he don't intend that. He intends for them to just live with him forever and take care of him and his wife. Yeah. He says they're men. He asked me their ages because this is how little he watched. And when I told him that they were between the age of 6 and 10, he says, and what? I said, yeah. I said, well, the baby is about to be 2, but the ones that are actually working are between 6 and 10. And they've been out there 3 years that we know of, definitely on the property. And the children have been working the property even before they went out there. And you know what this man said? Why hasn't the family stepped in? I told him, I said, because they keep them away from their family. The man says the family are not about God, so they can't have access to his family. He said that's not it. This man literally said that the only reason that this man is keeping his, now understand this, he's only watched 2 videos. He said, just from our conversation, he said, oh yeah, of course he's keeping them away from the family. He said, because I would never let my sister go through this. I would never let my brother do this to his family. I said, yeah, so he locks the gates, like, Nobody's allowed out there. But anyway, so I want y'all to understand that, Tim's followers say we're jealous and we're minding their business. Other people understand that this is wrong. Why they don't see this is wrong? Why they don't see what these children have to go through is wrong. This is not right. And yes, children need to learn structure and discipline. And they need to learn how to work hard, or at some point that they're going to have to. But they shouldn't be doing everything they're doing. I don't know why y'all are okay with this. And I'm just going to say a couple of things. In my opinion, social services wasn't called on Tim because he couldn't have left Benjamin in the house the way he does on camera. Number two, when he turned the comments off, he said it was because Creeps was watching his children. That's a lie. I'm not saying Creeps wasn't, but I doubt if they was commenting, because why is your youngest child, your baby, constantly on a potty on camera? Yeah, Tim's a liar. Tim shut the comments down because Tim didn't like the comments he was starting to receive about the treatment of his wife and his children. So he shut the comments down. The only reason Tim, in my opinion, opened these comments back up is because he noticed that after the reaction channel started, he was getting less engagement, and he was probably getting emails from his staunch supporters, the people who send money, saying, hey, we need to be able to comment also on your videos. Like, this is not good. That's what made him open it back up. He was losing views. He didn't lose subscribers. The subscriber count is the same, might be a little lower, not much, but he didn't lose subscribers. A lot of people will stop watching but never hit the unsubscribe button. So he didn't lose subscribers. He just lost views. And it dawned on him from the whatever people said to him, you're losing views because people can't even comment. So then he moved to, okay, you can comment, but any comment I don't like, I'm going to delete. That's not open dialogue. That's not open conversation. Like, we're supposed to be able to communicate with you, our views, our opinions. You're putting it out here. So why not have that open discussion? Even if it's in the comments. He doesn't want it. Tim doesn't want to hear that anything he's doing is wrong. And unfortunately for Megan, even she can't tell Tim, oh, let me cover this up, because they said they don't really want to be advertised on TV anyway. So, that, his wife can't tell him anything. She's scared. Why is she afraid of Tim? Well, sometime back, we learned that allegedly Tim left Megan in for about a week. And then he came back. And she's afraid of him leaving again. She's afraid that her husband would leave her, even if her husband isn't good for her. Even if her husband has put himself above God in her life. Nothing comes before God in any of our lives. God is the only one that is there at the beginning and the end. God is truly the author and finisher of our faith. Megan has allowed Tim to become the author of her faith in him. That's sad. Like, you can't even have a conversation with God and listen to God. Because if it is not in agreement with what I want, I'm not going for that. I feel for her. I really do. I understand that right now Megan is a co-conspirator with Tim. But why? Why is she conspiring with Tim? Because she's afraid. She's afraid that this man will walk away and leave her with these 4 boys. Or he may just put her out and keep the boys. You take Benjamin, because Benjamin's too little to work this farm right now. But these ones I got doing this work, they're going to stay right here. And you're going to be gone. I can see that. I can see that in who he is as a person. He would put Megan off that farm without a dime. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm conflicted. Do I feel sorry for her? Do I not feel sorry for her? Yeah, but that's who Tim is. But the only other thing I wanted to address real quick, and I'll be back, is Megan, please get out the kitchen. Girl, get out the kitchen. You don't know what you're doing. And it's sad because we have what they call YouTube University. You can learn how to do anything on YouTube. Anything. And you won't watch cooking channels and follow them. Stop changing recipes, changing the way things are done. Just watch a couple of videos. If you have an idea you want to make something, watch a video. And guess what? There are videos out there that teach you how to cook healthy, where it's tasty and clean. Don't forget that part. Clean. Because Tim has no clue what he's doing, even though he told you he has a culinary arts degree, but he's got to ask you what tacos is and what temperature to put the stove on. And come on. Where? From prison? You got a culinary arts degree in prison? Making canteen meals? Because you know they're easy, right? A 6-year-old could learn to do that. They're that easy. That's not a degree, Tim. But then you went to prison and dabbled in a lot of things in prison. I'm gonna leave some of them things out you dabbled in my mind. But anyway, so, and you think that because you dabbled in these things, you have degrees in these things. No, no. You need to go and really learn under somebody that knows what they're doing, but you don't want anybody to think they're above you. There's a lot of people that may not be above you, but have more knowledge than you. And God is above all of us. And God gives us access to certain things so that we can learn. If you think that God gave other people knowledge for nothing and only you know everything, that's crazy. Like sometimes we have to be humble enough to say, I don't know. And you have not said yet and meant it that I don't know. You love to say things like, oh, yeah, this is not a how to channel yet. But then at the same time, you're giving out videos on instructions, like you're giving details. And a lot of times your details are wrong. Get to putting that skirting on that house. Forget about the porch. Put the skirting on the house and build a room because you ain't gonna never give Megan a house. Build a bigger room. Matter of fact, build 2 for those boys. You got 4 of them. Take that class out of that trailer and put it in one of 2 places. Clean that barn out, the half-finished barn. Build the walls, put a real door on it, insulate it, put down flooring, and make that the classroom. You got the camper, happy camper that ain't going nowhere. You could do 2 little classrooms. You could do one for the younger and one for the bigger. You could do spaces like that, but you won't do it. What are you waiting for, Tim? Are you planning to put little Tim out into the camper? I wonder if he's thought about that. I wonder if he's thought, maybe we can continue to fix it up and put Tim's behind out here because we don't love him like we do Titus anyway. Oh, did I say that out loud? Yeah, because see, Titus is my yes man. Titus is the one that looks like me. Titus is the one that acts just like me. Titus, I'm going to keep him close. But maybe they're keeping Happy Camper because they can't fix it to sell it because we see he don't know what he's doing. And maybe they're going to put little Tim out there and let him have his own space. He probably would be happier to be out there. He can come in for meals, but to have his own space where he doesn't have to deal with all that foolishness in the house all the time, he's already out there doing all the work. He'd just be closer to the animals, but he'll still be on property. Yeah, you got the gates locked, you got a dog. Fix it up for your son, your oldest son. I mean, some people may not like that idea, but let me tell you something. It's better than him being cramped in that room with those other boys. He needs his own personal space. You already got a shower out there in it. Hook up the water tanks, hook up the gas tank to it. You have solar and make it comfortable for him so he can have his own space because he's big now. He is big in size and he's getting bigger in age. And he needs to be separate from these little people who are probably irritating the mess out of him. And I'm going to tell you something. That Titus is a trip. Titus is doing some things to them other children as far as irritating them because of the way his father treats him. It's not going to be good. You need to separate these boys some. You and Megan have the biggest room, and y'all, well, I'm sorry. You have the biggest room because that's not even Megan's room. The whole house doesn't even look like a woman lives there. Change some things around. Fix up the camper. Insulate it. When you're doing the walls, do a good insulation. You can take it off the wheels if you want. Put it on bricks. Put it up there for him. Tie it down. Let him have his own space. He would be so much happier. Put his clothes out there, his stuff out there. Listen, hook his tablet up. Megan, who does not do schoolwork anyway, can go over there and check on him. Let him go to school online. You know there's online schooling for homeschool kids, right? You know Megan doesn't have to do this, right? You know they have free home school online. Yeah, with real teachers, with real curriculums that'll really help these children advance. But yeah, back to Megan, stay out the kitchen. You don't know what you're doing. And it's not good. Your children are eating too many spices for their young ages, especially too much hot stuff. You're over seasoning things. Their body is not ready for that. So you might need to just go to YouTube University, learn how to do some things, and just practice. I mean, like, and when Tim brings the camera around to film what you're doing, if you're trying to learn something, be like, Tim, go somewhere. Like, not today. It's not hard to say not today. What will he do? Oh, I'm sorry. That almost hurt. What would he do? Okay, baby steps. Learn some things on YouTube University first. And there's courses on getting a backbone too. But anyway, I love y'all, Peace Nation. And I'm going to be back. Yeah, I'm going to be back sooner than y'all think. And y'all going to be like, oh, Karen's back again. Yeah. I'm going to be, I keep uncovering my job. But yeah, I will be back. Please hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. I really appreciate all of you, every one of you. And I really appreciate your patience. I appreciate the messages that I have received. And yeah, so I'm back. We're going to do this a lot more regular. I'm putting it in my schedule. Yeah, don't be surprised if you see a new video pop up real soon. Remember what I said. Let nobody take you out of your peaceful place. Have a great day, loves.